All right, so as most of y'all already know, I spent my birthday last month in Japan, had an amazing time, of course, bought a ton of anime stuff. So today we're going to be checking out my first 2 days in Japan, particularly my visit to Akihabara and the Gundam Yokohama statue. Timestamps for everything will be down below. It's going to be kind of a long video, so feel free to skip around and go to the stuff that you want to see. So as soon as we got to Narita Airport, we went down to grab the bags, got on the NRT Express, which is the main way to get from Narita to Tokyo. Lovely views of the Japanese countryside on this trip, by the way. I did hit up Team Labs, which is something I've been wanting to do for a long time. Amazing experience, but for the sake of this channel, we're not going to cover that because that's more of general travel stuff. But feel free to check out my travel channel if you want to see more general Japan stuff. We ended up getting some ramen for dinner, and it was a pretty early night. The next day is where things really got started. A rainy, cloudy day in Shinjuku. We got on the train at Shinjuku Station and headed to the Gundam factory in Yokohama, which is a place I've been wanting to go to for a very, very long time. This is actually the largest humanoid robot in the world. It's fully articulate. They do shows like every hour where the Gundam starts moving. It's a really cool experience. And like you can see, it is a life-size Gundam. That is really freaking cool. You can see people at the top. You can pay extra money to go up to the top and get a closer look at it. I didn't really think that was worth it. But it does do a show every hour, like I said, where it starts moving around. We came on a really windy day, so we unfortunately didn't get to see a lot of it because they were kind of delayed with the shows, but it is what it is. There's a museum you could check out and also some scientific exhibits where you can see a robot building an actual replica of the statue, which I thought was pretty cool. Another mini version of it. There is a Gundam shop as well where you can check out some really cool merchandise. You're not allowed to record in here, so apologies if the footage is a little wonky. I kind of had to sneak around and do it. After that, we headed to Akihabara, and I was really excited for this. This is kind of the thing I was looking forward to the most in this entire trip, just to be back anime shopping. As soon as we got to Akihabara, there was a Ragna Crimson collab cafe that we saw right in front of the train station. So that was pretty cool because Ragna Crimson is one of the shows I'm enjoying the most this season. You had to spend a certain amount of money and you would get the little Ragna Crimson card. I got one with Leo from the anime on it, and I thought that was really cute. They had these really cool cutouts as well. After that, we got right into the heart of Akihabara, and man, I tell you, this is my second time in Japan. It was my second time in Akihabara as well, and it hits the same as it did the first time. Yeah, there's a lot of tourists, and it's crowded, and it's packed, and it's crazy, but it is definitely an experience that everybody needs to have at least once in life, especially if you're an anime fan. Tons of billboards for Genshin Impact and other shows all around. Now, my favorite place in Akihabara is Animate. And of course, I went a little crazy in here. As soon as I got in there, I saw a bunch of stuff that I really liked. Had to cop some stuff. Got this free run art book and manga. There's some Spy Family stuff, as well as Jujutsu Kaisen and a couple other popular shonen series as soon as you come in. Animate has several floors, so I kind of went up and down the floors one by one. There's a ton of stuff in here. You could really spend all day, especially if you can read Japanese. You've got all the popular shonen and jump series, as well as pretty much every other type of manga you can imagine. I picked up a few as soon as I got in the door, and my basket was already making progress on getting full. You had Shy, which I'm loving this season. Bokuyaba, was really excited to see that. Of course, Oshinoko stuff. I collected all of that. Shangri-La Frontier, which I actually didn't pick up here. I ended up picking it up in Osaka Denden Town. Of course, Tokyo Revengers. This stuff was everywhere. Blue Lock, more Blue Lock. I ended up picking up the first volume of this. I forget the name of it, but it looked really cool. Akebi-chan, I got a volume of that. They had a bunch of other stuff in here. That's Darwin's Game. I did end up copying a little bit of that. Yakano. I didn't get a volume of this at Akihabara. I ended up getting that later on in the trip. Now, apologies again if the camera's a little wonky. I was kind of nervous to record in here because Japan does have very strict laws in terms of privacy and whatnot and recording in public areas. So I didn't want to make anybody feel uncomfortable. But by the time I got to Den Town, I think my recording improved a lot. I was a lot more comfortable because I realized people really don't care, especially in Animate. They know a lot of tourists come here. So I picked up a few volumes. They had a really cool boys love section. Obviously not my thing, but if you're a girl, you can really eat good in here. They had an entire section really dedicated to boys love, which you just don't see in Western bookstores. They were running that ReZero Halloween Cafe collab, which I missed. Ton of cool stuff here. You got Ragnar Crimson, Hikikomori. Over here, we've got Kisakoi, My Dress Up Darling. I think I copped one volume of that. I can't remember. Horimiya, a bunch of other stuff. So kind of my thought process when I'm going anime shopping. So I'll get stuff that I'm already watching from a season. So as you saw there was some Ragnar Crimson stuff. There was a couple other shows that I'm watching this season. Idol Story, I was really excited to get this one. I absolutely love that manga. Fukui, another really cool one. But yeah, so I tend to pick up things that I'm watching in the season or series that I'm reading in English, but they're further in Japanese. The English series is only at volume 5 and the Japanese is up to like 12. I'll pick up that. And then I pick up stuff like this, which is where I see random cute girls on the cover and the art looks good. Well, sign me up. That's all I need. This series really caught my attention. I really like the art on there. The main character in this kind of reminded me of Tatsuya from Mahoka, and the uniforms as well. You have Synduality L, which is the spin-off of Synduality Noir from last season. Had to cop that. I copped this one as well, and this one. I got a lot of stuff from Animate that I have no idea what it's about, but the art is really good. So fan service and good art, it works for me. Apologies if the camera didn't focus sometimes. There's really weird lighting in there. So here you've got some currently airing stuff. You had Butareba. You had Hametsu no Okoku, Kingdoms of Ruin. This and Ragnar Crimson are probably the two shows that I look forward to the most this season. 86 and My Happy Marriage promotional material. You have some Shingeki promotional material. Like I said, I copped Butareba. You have Saints Magic. I copped volume 8 of that, and then I ended up getting volume 9 somewhere else, I believe. It might have been in Osaka. I can't remember. By the way, watch Saints Magic. It is definitely peak isekai. One of the best out there. Absolutely love Sei. She's so pretty. They had Kimi Zero. Oh, I'm teaching the Villainous the crash course. I got a volume of that, I believe. Tear Moon Empire there. I did not get a Japanese version of that. You had Shy as well. Oh yeah, this one I got because of Big Booba and great art. Now, as you can see by this point, my basket was already getting pretty full, which was kind of crazy. The Setsuna spinoff from Love Live, that's an easy cop, must cop for me. Setsuna is my favorite idol. 86. Now, I was actually annoyed because I already had that volume of 86, but I didn't realize that until I got home. Now, these Toaru volumes are really fat. I don't think I've ever seen a Bunkobon format book that thick. Roshidere, I copped the volume of that, the latest volume. Can't remember what it is. It might be 5 or 6. I'm actually getting really annoyed that I recorded so much at a sideways angle. So this is everything that I got in Animate. I actually have a video coming out later on where I go over everything in depthly once I got home. So feel free to subscribe to check that out. Now I went a little crazy in here. I think I ended up spending close to $300, but you do get tax free. So ended up, I saved a lot of money, but I did have like 20 pounds of books that I had to lug around after this. Left out of Animate. And of course you've got AmiAmi over there. I didn't go to AmiAmi on this day though. I ended up going to Mandarake instead. Mandarake, as y'all may or may not know, is a massive kind of used figure store, but they don't just have figures, they have everything otaku. So they have floors dedicated to everything. The lighting is really poor in Mandarake, so apologies for that. As you can see, a ton of figures in here. Now, I think my mom was waiting downstairs somewhere else, so I didn't have a ton of time in here, because if you've ever been to Japan, you know there's not a lot of public seating. So I didn't want my mom to be waiting for me standing up for too long. So I kind of had to rush in here. But I did come back the next day, which we'll see in a little bit. So you can feel free to skip ahead for that if you want. You have some Western stuff here, some cool prize figures. Some more cool figures. And this isn't just my camera being this dark, by the way. It's actually just really dark in there. So the next day, I decided to go back to AmiAmi. This was actually a special day because it was my birthday. So what better way to spend my birthday than shopping in Akihabara all day and spending all my money? Got on the subway, headed back to Akihabara. Wasn't as packed in the early afternoon, so this may be kind of a solid time to go. It's gonna be touristy no matter what though. So we went into AmiAmi. Now I'm actually banned from the AmiAmi website, so I was kind of worried if they would let me buy stuff in here. I was prepared to have my mom use her name and stuff, but luckily it was not an issue. So tons of figures. AmiAmi is just like the website, right? So you got tons of mainly brand new stuff. They might have had some used stuff in here. Again, sorry if my camera's kind of blown out. The lighting was awful. Now these bunny figures, man, oh, they're amazing. Ever since I got my first bunny figure, Mami from Kanokare, I've been absolutely in love with bunny figures. I need more. Also kimono figures. You can never go wrong with a kimono figure. That Kurumi at the bottom looked really cute, but I'm not a Kurumi stan. Rem and Ram. More Ram. This birthday figure has been calling my name for so long, man. I really should just get it at this point. Every time I go somewhere, I see it. They had a whole ReZero section. Had pretty much the usual stuff you'd expect. Ram, Amelia, Echidna. It's got some pop-up parades here. Some of these characters I'm not familiar with. Now you got Love Live stuff there. Oh, that Yui figure, man, I wanted that so bad. I really should have got that. The reason I went so crazy with figures on this trip, y'all gonna see at the end of this video how many figures I ended up buying, is because not only do you get the tax-free, but of course the dollar is really strong compared to the yen right now. So this is actually an amazing time. This Monogatari figure, I really wanted it. I should have got it. The Hanekawa one. I've never actually watched the Monogatari anime, but I have read the books. Now, I actually thought this was the Gadoka figure, but that's actually a doll. But I did find the Gadoka figure later on in this trip. I believe it was in Denden Town in Osaka, but I ended up passing on it. More pop-up parade stuff, then Neandroids. There's just so much stuff in here. A lot of, I don't know what you call this. I'm just gonna call it miscellaneous merchandise. You have stuff from a variety of different series. JJK, obviously Genshin Impact, Showcase Shoujo there. That was tempting, but I ended up passing on it. Oh man, I wanted that Albedo figure so bad. That Jabril figure from No Game No Life as well was also really cool. This Kurumi figure, Kurumi is slowly growing on me. I'm still not a Kurumi stan, but she's tolerable. The Shinobu figure was tempting. Some stuff from Harui. Haganai there. Never seen Haganai. I need to watch and read it. Infinite Stratos stuff. They got some really good figures. I've never seen Infinite Stratos, but if you're a fan, you could have ate good in here because they had a lot of stuff. Now this Misaki, man, I'm telling you, it's tempting. I didn't know that Shiro from Kumo Desu had a figure that was that cool. That's a really cool figure. Oh, that darkness figure, man. I'm telling you. And that aqua figure. That aqua figure is close to $600, by the way. Apparently it's very rare. I checked on my figure collection afterwards and it goes for a lot of money. Gridman figures, kind of tempting. Of course, you got a little Gundam section. More miscellaneous merch. Apologies if my recording is a little jarring too. I have no idea why I was doing this. Probably because I was carrying another bag and my wrist was getting tired. I have no idea, but apologies for that. I think the Den Town footage looks a lot better. Oh, Shirotope. That was cool to see merch from that. PA Works 2021, I believe. This Rey figure was really cool. And it had a lot of cool Evangelion stuff. That Rey figure there looks nice. Asuka, mid, pass. Mari, my wife. I actually had that Mari figure pre-ordered, but I ended up passing on it. Now you have a lot of Gotoben stuff here, and this was kind of one of the themes of my trip. There's a ton of Gotoben stuff. Now this floor I call the cultured section. I'm only going to show a little bit of it because I don't know how much I'm allowed to show on YouTube without them striking the video. But yeah, definitely a lot of cultured stuff. You had some bunny stuff from Steins Gate. Oh, she looks pretty, bro. I don't know what series that's from. I'm not gonna lie, some of these figures kind of got me a little interested in checking out the series. Now this Moon Cancer BB figure, that was one of my girls. I ended up copying her. She was like the first figure I put in the basket. I really should have got that Kama figure and also that Dark Sakura figure though. I did get that other Moon Cancer as well. That Artoria figure I should have copped as well. She's my top waifu all time. I have no idea why I didn't. You've got some cool Neptunia figures here. I don't know who these characters are from. I think they're from Azur Lane. Further up here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's from Azur Lane. And that is a crazy figure, bro. Beautiful Saber figure there. She looks gorgeous in any figure, but especially with the kimono. This Kill la Kill figure, that was beautiful, man. I probably should have copped that one too. Symphogear, tempting. More Azur Lane. I'm honestly glad that I don't play Azur Lane because I would probably go broke, man. Y'all have such a crazy selection of figures in Azur Lane. There's so many waifus. I don't even know how you pick one. I've played a little bit of the game. I watched the anime, but that's it. I love that Yumeko figure. I probably should have got that. Mamako. And then a Tola of Ru figure. Can't go wrong with that. I think you've got Wiz from Konosuba there. And these are all the figures that I got here. But I wasn't done for the night. I had more money that was burning a hole in my pocket. And I had to spend. So we ended up going to Akiba Culture Zone, which has like 6 floors of just pure otaku goodness. Now I kind of had to rush in here because we had to hurry up and get to the train station to catch a train to Nikko, which I'll be covering on my travel channel. So if you want to see that video, be sure to subscribe for that. But Akiba Culture Zone, man, they have a lot of pre-owned stuff. So if you're kind of on a budget and you want to get a lot of knickknacks for series that you like, this is probably a really interesting place to check out. Tons of magnets, tons of pins, keychains, you name it. For pretty much every series, every Vocaloid, whatever. Again, more Gotoben stuff. This is one of the themes of this trip that y'all are gonna see, man. There's so much Gotoben stuff. I guess it kind of makes sense that it's that popular because they milked the hell out of it. There's been what, a movie, like 4 seasons. For some reason people like it. I don't know, not my thing. Okay, these are more like keychains, stickers, Alice stuff. All you need to do is look at the name of my channel. That'll give you an answer. Yeah, this was a must cop. I actually don't know where this is. I think my mom might have this, man. It might be some of her luggage. Oh, darkness stuff, Konosuba. There's so much stuff here, man. I honestly could have spent all day here, but my mom was standing up across the street. She needs a double knee replacement, so I couldn't take too long in here. Went up to the next floor. Ton of figures. There's some stuff from Kaku. I should have got that Sachi figure. Chris from Sinful Gear. Underrated waifu, underrated series. Some Megamine stuff. Some cool pop-ups down below. That Siguriri figure was tempting. Siguriri, also another underrated series. Now this Rem figure, I didn't get it here, but I did get it in Little Tokyo in LA, which I'll also be doing videos on later on. I was kind of on the hunt though for Love Live figures, particularly. They had a few really cool ones like this Nico and Maki. They had Chisato over there from Liela, Love Live Superstar. That Rico figure is, oh, if I was a Rico stan, man, I would definitely cop that, no question. Katori, good on that. Honoka, good on that. But this Yohane, yeah, this is my baby here. So I had to cop this. Has some cool Yozitsu stuff. Tensen Kekme there, 86. I don't know what these are supposed to be. I think they're signed coasters, maybe? I can't remember. More Love Live prize figures. Love Live has a ton of prize figures, not a lot of scales. So here are all the figures that I bought. I put some of them up on my YouTube community post and my Instagram story. So if you saw those, you will have seen everything that I copped over the past month. But this is a little overview. Had a ton of stuff. Ended up going back to get the Kusuri no Hitori Goto or Apothecary Diaries light novel. A couple other things that I forgot to pick up in Animate. And yeah, that is pretty much it. I picked up the Freeman manga. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the Akihabara little segment of the trip. I did, of course, do more anime shopping over the course of the trip. So be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on that. We ended up going to Osaka Denden Town. So I'll be comparing that to Akihabara. I actually think it's a lot better than Akihabara. But after that, headed outside into the madness of Akihabara at night. This place is insane at night, I'm telling you. And then it was time to get the train to Nikko. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to subscribe for more of these videos. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see y'all on the next one. Peace.